All right, we're back, CMA Nation, with another two-day look at MLB win totals. Today, we'll cover the St. Louis Cardinals and the Texas Rangers. Let's start with the Cardinals, who back in 2023, they finished in last place in the NL Central with only 71 wins. They took a nice jump forward last season, finishing in second place with an 83-79 record. Their over-under set at 77.5 this season, so let's take a closer look, see what we think. They had a very quiet offseason. They tried to trade Nolan Arenado, had no takers there. I think they'll continue to try and offload him as the season wears on, as this team needs to rebuild. Their offense was not very exciting last season, and that concerns me. They were decent in batting average. They didn't strike out a ton, but other than that, they were bottom 10 in all of Major League Baseball in home runs, RBI, runs scored, and stolen bases. And they lost Paul Goldschmidt, who was a very solid bat, and they will miss him. I do really like their leadoff hitter, though. Shortstop Mason Wynn had a historic rookie season. He became only the fourth rookie ever to hit 15 home runs, tag 150 hits, and have 10 stolen bases. He's very good and something exciting for this ball club to build around. Wilson Contreras moves from behind the plate to first base. He's serviceable, and I think Ivan Herrera will continue to improve as a hitter. But other than that, there's very little that I like about this lineup. I don't get much more excited when I look at their starting rotation. This group was average or worse in most significant categories last season. They did nothing to improve. Veteran Sonny Gray, he's their number one. He actually had decent stats last season. He went 13-9, 3.85 ERA and 1.09 WHIP, and he added 203 Ks in 166 innings pitched. But I'm just not sure if we can trust him for one more year. Eric Fetty also had decent stats with a 3.3 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP, and he should be good. But the rest of this rotation just really concerns me. Let's talk about their bullpen, which is the strength of this team. We have to start with their stud closer, Ryan Helsley, who set a franchise record 49 saves last season, and he posted a 2.03 ERA and a 1.1 WHIP. So I love him, even though I'm sure that save number will take a bit of a tumble this season. The rest of this unit is also really good. They posted the third best ERA in the National League for bullpens, the most saves, and the fourth lowest WHIP. John King, Jojo Romero, Ryan Fernandez, and a slew of other impressive arms comprise one of the best bullpens in the National League. So no worries there. The verdict is this. Yes, this team did win 82 games last season, but they got worse in the offseason. And I believe the trades will heat up as this team rebuilds for the future. The offense and starting rotation are below average. And while I do love their bullpen, it won't carry them all season long. So we're going to go with the under 77.5 wins, and we're going to give it 4 baseballs on the confidence meter. So now turn to the American League and the Texas Rangers, who won 78 games last year. Odds makers predict a big bump up for them as their over-under is set at 85.5. Let's see what we think. They were extremely busy in the offseason. They made significant upgrades to their roster, starting with the offense, where they traded for Jake Berger and signed free agent Jock Peterson, 2 big power bats who immediately make this lineup much better. They do lose first baseman Nathaniel Lowe in a trade, but I like this lineup so much better than I did last season. Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia, and others. With Peterson and Berger, they should score a lot of runs, and no concerns here. Their pitching staff will look much different this season as they lose a decent number of pitchers and they bring in some new ones. One they did keep, and I think was a great re-signing, was their number one ace, Nathan Eovaldi, who, while he's aging, he is still putting up nice numbers. Last year, he went 12-8, 3.81 ERA, and a 1.11 WHIP. John Gray is good as a number 2. Tyler Mahle took a step back last year, but hopefully he should bounce back this season. He has really good stuff. Rookie Kumar Rocker is somebody to look out for and someone that I think could make an impact later in the season. This rotation doesn't excite me, but it should be enough to keep this team in most games. I don't love this bullpen, though. They were third worst in ERA bullpen in the American League, fourth lowest in saves, second worst in WHIP. And while they did bring in some new arms, I'm just not sure what to make of it. We don't even know who their closer will be. Most likely it will be Chris Martin who gets plugged in there, but he's 38, so age is a concern. He did have decent stats, though, last year. So we'll see. I do really like Robert Garcia and Jacob Webb, and while he's had limited opportunities, I think Mark Church is somebody to keep an eye on. Overall, I don't love this group, though, and I do have some concerns. The verdict, while I don't like their bullpen, I am very bullish on this Rangers team. This team won the World Series in 2023, and yes, they did take a step back last year due to injuries and just overall underperformance in some key areas. But I do like what they did in the offseason, especially with their lineup. If this aging starting rotation can hold on one more year and they can get some help possibly from some rookies, I think this team could bounce back in big ways. So we are going to go with the over 85.5, and we're going to give it 3 baseballs on the confidence meter. That's all we got, CMA Nation. We'll be back tomorrow with 2 more. Take care.